Welcome to the One Piece discussion.
Okay.
Yo, what's up?
All right. Couple things I want to say immediately. Don't worry, it's not roasting you, Thurman. Number one, I love what they did with Katakuri in this episode. Not episode. Yes.
Chapter. It isn't a monologue.
We were just talking about Ruby. I'm sorry. Now, I just really love what they did because you gotta appreciate the whole I'm not underestimating you thing. I'm gonna go find the exact quote because I fucking love it so much, but you have so many manga where the villain loses because they underestimate the hero. Thurman, can you back me up on this? How many times that fucking happens? Yeah. I fucking love Katakuri. He is quickly becoming one of my favorite villains, if not my favorite villain in this entire series. Immediately, I love it. This chapter starts out with Luffy about to go Gear 4th. He smothers him in mochi, and he's like, why should I keep quiet and watch you do something that I know will make you stronger? And then he says, Straw Hat Luffy, know this. I haven't underestimated you in the slightest. That fucking gave me chills. For once, finally, there is a villain who, even though he is much stronger than Luffy, Luffy has not gotten a hit on him except for the end of the chapter. Luffy, at this point, Luffy hasn't even touched him, but Katakuri's not a dumbass. He's like, I know what you've done, Luffy. I know what you've done in the history of the world. I'm not underestimating you, and I've never once have underestimated you. I haven't gone easy on you. I have gone full force from the very beginning on you, because I know the kind of person you are. And I think that that's just fucking great. What thoughts on that, Thurman?
I have to agree.
It does. It makes him so intimidating.
It's just great, too, because it shows that Katakuri has a lot of personality for a villain in the thing. And when we find out how he eats and why he's never, it just makes it more better.
Well, yeah, I love that it gave him, because the funny part is that whole reveal, where the reveal that he's actually kind of a glutton and shit, that, to a bunch of people, that's, to the characters in the story, that's like a what? But to me, I'm like, so what? The guy likes to eat donuts. I'm not gonna fault him for that. He's still a fucking badass. The guy, can you blame him? The guy has a guilty pleasure. Everyone does. He wants to chill and eat donuts without being fucking judged. He's still a badass. He's still, everything that he has done up to the story, he has still done. The only difference is that now we know he likes to eat huge-ass donuts. he likes to eat
funny.
With his silly-ass face.
I think he doesn't. I think he doesn't like being told about his face either, because we just hear the chefs are begging. They're like, please, mercy, my lord. We wouldn't tell so even if our mouths were torn open. And he's like, whose mouth did you just call it torn? So he's very sensitive about his mouth.
Yeah. Did that not immediately give you a Buggy the Clown vibe? Do you remember what Buggy the Clown used? Buggy the Clown used to be like, people would literally say the color, they would say red or nose, and he's like, whose nose is red? And sometimes they wouldn't even say it. He'd be like, what are you typing on my nose? Yeah.
Oh my god, that's great.
And again, though, I really like it because that adds a lot to his character. And you see too, what I like about him too is he's very clearly, he's a perfectionist, and he almost kind of has some OCD tendencies, because there's a very, I know you don't know the small details coming, but there's a moment where because first of all, he hates that he's 40 minutes late for his snack time. It's always exact on time. There's a panel where it says that his twitching. Did you see that? It's on page 6. Are you on manga stream?
Yeah, I'm on Thingbox. Page 6 is Ice-T would do then, right? The one where he makes his emoji house.
As for the black tea, completely cold. No, go back one. I'm on manga stream. That's his page. Look at how it says Twitch in the bottom left. So he's kind of like got that it. No, but look at how you see how it says Twitch.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I see.
Yes or no? You see the Twitch?
I see. Okay. Yeah, okay. Right here.
So the way I imagine this is like, because we saw that he was in a hurry to defeat Luffy, and this kind of shows why he was so stressed out last chapter. He wanted his fucking snacks. He wanted his fucking snack time.
He wanted his donuts.
No, he's legit though. Like, so he's like fucking. So he's like fucking. So I can just be like to Luffy. He's like, just fucking stay down. I need my donuts, man.
And it's
like
funny.
He's just sitting there like, yes, that's fine.
And it's fucking brilliant too, because like someone that's kind of could be really kind of underestimated Luffy here, because like I was just thinking like, how's Luffy gonna be able to get out of that? I honestly didn't really think he was gonna eat his way through. That was like far from my mind. Like I really didn't think he was gonna eat through.
I don't count that as Katakuri underestimating Luffy. I just think he rationally, Katakuri would assume that he would suffocate to death. You know, no normal person would eat through that. You know.
And one of my favorite parts in this chapter in Japan is like Luffy, like, I freaking hate eating mochi. What's up with this pirate crew? Can I not win without eating that line?
Remember Cracker?
Yeah.
He's like, fuck.
Another favorite of mine in the chapter is Luffy literally like showing how well, that and Luffy showing how well he can use haki. He's just like, I can feel the voice of a strong person inside there. Crap, observation haki. He's eating donuts, isn't he? He's like sniffing too. Is that haki too?
That wasn't haki. The joke is that wasn't haki. That's just his sniff. That's just his sense of smell with food.
He's like, is that haki too?
But now, one thing I wanted to mention, and this is something I always like to bring up whenever Oda has Luffy do this thing with Oda has shown multiple times in this entire series, but also specifically in this arc, that Luffy can go from being fat back to skinny like immediately, right?
Mm-hmm.
And any other manga, this would be like a comedy scene, but Oda has this beautiful way of turning shit that seems like it'd be comedy to actual drama, an actual like plot, an actual canon, you know. And I feel like if it was meant to be just comedy, it wouldn't happen so much. So I'm gonna. Ready for me to blow your mind with another theory, Thurman?
Oh yeah, I'm ready.
You remember CP9 and the Kabuki guy? He was. Do you know what Kabuki is?
Is that like something sticky, right?
No, that's mochi. Kabuki is the Japanese play type. It's like the.
Oh, that guy.
You know who I'm talking about?
The one who Chopper fought?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I know him.
Remember, and it's been a long time, but do you remember Life Return?
Oh, yeah, where he ate all the food in the refrigerator, and then he went from skinny to fat. And Chopper really impressed by it.
Actually the other way around. He went from fat to skinny.
Yeah, he went from fat to skinny. But he did go skinny to fat, though, because Chopper wanted to see it again.
Yeah, he showed that he could basically do whatever he wanted. But what that is he's described that as being so disciplined that you could literally you can use your mind to control your body's metabolism, to force yourself to digest the food faster, to gain the energy faster.
Oh man, that's hype.
So, a lot of people have theorized, considering how many times Luffy can just eat food and immediately it's not like eat food, then actually digest it normally, then get the energy. Luffy eats food and goes, and then gets the energy. That's Life Return.
Luffy just keeps impressing me.
That's obviously Life Return. And remember how Luffy learned a lot of his Gear Second shit from CP9. There's no reason to say he didn't pick up Life Return, you know?
That's true. That's actually very true. Luffy's very good at copying. Not really copying, but observing and then using that to his advantage.
And how great would that be from Oda if the whole time, like if it was like one of those, like, yeah, this whole time you thought that was comic relief where Luffy would get fat and back to skinny? Nope, actual power.
only Oda.
Oda does that shit. Yeah. Okay, so
Actually, one thing I noticed in this chapter, right here on panel 13, when Luffy and Katakuri clash, it says here, and you see Luffy's hand is throbbing. Katakuri says there are things that surpass art. I'm going to assume that there's a higher grade of armament hockey.
Well, that's one assumption that it can be. It could either be just harder armament hockey. It could be the fact that he has an awakened devil fruit. Because I don't know if you noticed before, what he's punching him in is something that he called block mochi. Did you notice that?
Mm-hmm. So they're right here, block mochi.
Yeah, blocked mochi. And look what it does. It turns his hand into, now they're like squares. It's like cubic form, you see?
Mm-hmm.
So, and I suppose that would make the impact harder, potentially?
So it's probably like he probably like combined his Artemis hockey with his actual like devil fruit.
Yeah, because one of the big things that because I don't want to immediately assume that it's just a higher level of armament hockey, because that seems, I don't know, that just seems not Oda-like. Knowing how Oda is, I just feel like it would be something different, because that's how Oda goes. Oda typically is. Like, it's never what you think with Oda,
Oh, yeah, I agree.
So, I feel like it could be a lot of things, but I'm not sure if I just wanted it to be something as boring as it's just a higher form of armament hockey. Now, what is interesting about that, though, is what that implies. Think of, if that hurt his hands that much while he was in armament, can you imagine, like, if Luffy did not have armament hockey on his hands there, his hand probably would have just gotten fucking disintegrated, like, blown up.
Shattered.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I agree. That would have been terrible.
Mm-hmm.
So it's actually showing just how much awakening and how much control you can have when it comes to hockey and your
Exactly. I think my guess is that with an awakening, like, you just have, it's just greater control over your devil fruit in general, which leads to being able to control shit around you, but also probably being able to do more shit with your body, because that block shit that he's doing is not stuff that Mochi should normally be able to do. Now, what it also could be, though, is that because similar to how Luffy will hold a shape of rubber with his armament hockey, he might just be like molding the mochi to that, then armament hocking around it to keep it in that shape.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
We're basically just seeing what the future holds from this fight from Katakuri. We're basically saying what all the pirates are going to be able to do early on. Like, we see like awakening, we see like better armament hockey combined with the awakening. We're seeing like really good like observation hockey. Katakuri is like one of those like bosses you see in a video game that's like that like has like all these new abilities that you haven't seen yet, and then we see like minions that have these abilities, because these are like basic stuff that high tier like people should know how to do. So
I think what's great about this is that like to me, this feel, because let's be honest, when the time skip happened, it's in a way it was almost like a reboot of the series, not fully, but in some ways, because you're starting over from like a power scaling. So like when One Piece first started, you had Luffy, easily beating everyone for like the first couple arcs, right? Remember that? And same thing with the time skip. You had Luffy easily beating everyone for a while,
Yeah.
And so the way I see it is like, in the beginning of One Piece, we had the part where, in the first half of One Piece, we had the part where they came up to the Ice Admiral and got their shit rocked. You remember that?
Yeah, I remember that shit.
And they got their shit rocked, and then that was the time where they had to say, okay, we need to fucking get stronger. We need to, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like the same thing is going to happen now. I feel like Luffy is going to barely escape this fight with his life, and he's going to say to himself the same thing. I need to get stronger. My entire crew almost died there. I couldn't do much there. I was, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So Wano, this is why I'm so hyped for Wano. To me, Wano Kuni feels like it's going to be the Water 7 of the time skip. That I went silent because I want your thoughts.
Yeah, I went. I was trying to. I went silent also because I was trying to understand what you meant by that.
You don't.
Everybody getting something new.
I feel like it's going to be the Water 7 of the time skip because one, shortly before the arc, we're having Luffy getting destroyed without even a chance, right?
Mm-hmm.
Remember? Okay, so let's talk about Water 7. What happened right before Water 7? The ice action.
Luffy. Well, yeah, that, and then Luffy and Zoro got their asses kicked by Rob Lucci.
No, I'm talking about right before Water 7 started.
Oh yeah. They got Kuzan rocked Luffy shit.
Now, compare that to this fight. Would you agree that this is the first fight after the time skip that Luffy has actually basically had no chance of winning? Like, there's no way he can win this. Like, yes, he got a kick in at the end of this chapter, but if you think he can win this, you're stupid. And that's not me saying talking to I'm saying anyone that thinks that.
There's all the Luffy fanboys out there.
Oh gosh, because like Thurman, you're smart enough to know he's not winning this. Right?
Oh yeah. Kataku is gonna kick his ass.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
Even with this new weakness, I doubt he's gonna be able to do anything much.
Here's what I'm going to tell you. First of all, I'm going to finish my metaphor, and then I'm going to get to what I think the weakness is. So what I'm thinking is that this is kind of like when they fought Kuzan. And then the next arc is going to be when they break out all these new moves. Because there's just a million reasons why they have to have new moves. Number one is already Luffy is getting his ass kicked by a commander of a Yonko. Not even a Yonko. Think about that. Luffy is someone who has said he wants to beat all of the Yonkos, and he hasn't even touched. Well, okay, now he's touched, but for 5 chapters in this fight, it hasn't even touched.
Yeah, it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to say he hasn't touched him because of that one kick.
Okay, but again, does that mean a lot? Really? I want you to go through if you'd like to go through the chapters prior and see all the times Katakuri has pummeled Luffy into the wall before that.
They were beautiful. They were beautiful scenes. I love Luffy, but seeing Luffy get his ass kicked, it's kind of great.
Katakuri, he got one take on him, but before that, Katakuri, I think, Katakuri's probably gotten and this is on screen shit. More shit happened off screen probably, but on screen he's probably decked Luffy at least 20 times before he got that one kick.
And that's facts.
Mm-hmm. So, and again, it's just fucking beautiful. So my thoughts are, finalizing that, is that Wano is going to be like Water 7 in the sense of, and then the other reason they need to get more powers too is one of my favorite parts, just showing how much they need that, Luffy doing King Kong gun, or was it just Kong gun? One of the guns.
It was Kong gun.
Yeah. He did that to Big Mom. Didn't fucking phase her.
Oh yeah, at all. It was actually Luffy and Sanji doing the most powerful. The most powerful attacks that didn't even phase. And Big Mom just brushed that shit off.
Exactly. And Big Mom implied. Big Mom basically confirmed that Kaido was stronger than her by saying, you think you can beat that monster? Big Mom refers to him as a monster.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Kaido's being hyped up to be this. I don't know about the strongest Yonko, but definitely up there.
No, it's gonna be Shanks, boy.
That's like the big battle right now. Who's stronger, Shanks or Kaido?
Sure, I think it's like Shanks or Blackbeard. Shanks, Kaido, or Blackbeard. But fucking oh my gosh, Blackbeard. That's the arc that I'm gonna. When we get to the Blackbeard arc, oh my gosh, Blackbeard. I love Blackbeard, but maybe we should talk about it later. He's a fascinating villain to me.
You're drooling, Red. Calm down.
Dude, the way they introduced Blackbeard, Luffy and Blackbeard agreed on shit. They were fucking really cool. Besides that, one hated a pie and one hated a drink, but they had the same ideologies and shit.
He's drooling, ladies and gentlemen. He's drooling.
That's so beautiful. I still have a theory that this is the last thing I'll say about that. I still have a theory that Luffy is only going to kill one person in the story, and it's going to be Blackbeard. I think Luffy is going to have to kill Blackbeard. I think it's going to be a situation where in the past knocking them out has been enough, but I think what would be maybe, I hope that Oda could do this. I just see this awesome scene where Luffy actually has this realization, like maybe this scene where he's knocked him out over and over again. He's fucked him up. Blackbeard still, because remember, Blackbeard has the power. Blackbeard could literally, think about it. Blackbeard has the devil fruit that could destroy the world. They've said this, remember? Mm-hmm. So think about this. Imagine this little scenario, Thurman. Luffy keeps knocking him out. Blackbeard, and Luffy tries to walk away and say, "I'm done with you. I've defeated you," or whatever. Blackbeard turns to him and says, "If you walk away, I will destroy the world. You have to end it."
that does sound good. I'm not even gonna lie to you. That sounds great.
You fucking imagine, and that moral dilemma of Luffy trying so hard throughout his whole life of like, I'm never killing anyone, just Luffy having to fucking end it. Like, I want a fucking Gon Pichu scene where Luffy just has to crack his skull. Like,
Hunter x Hunter and One Piece comparison aside,
tell me that would be fucking good. Fuck you.
It would be great. So, I actually, I think this book covered everything that I'm actually interested in.
No, there's one last thing I wanted to cover, Thurman.
Oh yeah. That's what I'm saying. Besides it's like one more thing that I actually want to cover. I think it's the same thing. Katakuri's weakness, correct?
Yeah. So you go first, and then I'll go with what I said.
So I'm assuming either we're gonna get a flashback next chapter or whatever, but I'm assuming his weakness is obviously something to do with his chin or his mouth.
You're thinking
in the sense of, like, he was bruised as a child and they had to stitch his mouth back up, or maybe it was like cursed or whatever, or something like that. What along those lines? Because we see as soon as Luffy kicks him, Katakuri puts his scarf back over his mouth.
Yep.
So that's like a weak spot, like a weak spot.
I think he's more psychologically, like, I think it's more of like he's embarrassed by his mouth than I don't think it's a physical weak spot, but more of like a mental.
Maybe it's a little bit of both in a sense.
The scarf is not going to protect him from hitting that. He's clearly, the scarf is there because he feels embarrassed by the mouth.
You're right.
Here, I'll tell you what I think. Because the issue here is that Luffy notices he didn't dodge it. Remember, I don't know if you forgot this, Thurman. Katakuri's thing is that he can see the fucking future. He should be able to dodge anything. So, do you remember how observation hockey requires intense concentration? I think that a combination of missing his snack time, getting his snack time interrupted, and now having his secret out there and feeling incredibly embarrassed and probably having some PTSD from whatever traumatic childhood he had involving the mouth, all these things combined is basically making it so he can't use observation hockey anymore.
Oh, so you think his mental state is messing with observation hockey?
Yes, because you can't use observation hockey. It requires concentration.
I see. That makes sense. Mm-hmm. That actually makes sense.
Yeah.
Because you've seen all throughout.
Sorry,
I
don't know that.
If you actually notice throughout his entire mental state, Katakuri is very anxious during this fight.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I'm assuming Katakuri is a kind of person who usually wins his fights in a couple of minutes. But Luffy has
held out.
One who's taking a long time, so he's getting anxious. So he keeps saying, like, "You keep dodging my attack. It's never happened before. It's irritating me. Like, you're still alive after I assumed you were dead." Like, Luffy's a very tenacious opponent that Katakuri probably hasn't faced yet. So he's probably, his mental state is, I haven't faced this type of opponent before, and I'm losing my concentration, I'm losing my mental state, because obviously Katakuri has some type of mental, not really mental disability, but he has like a mental block in his head.
I think,
like, he's a perfectionist.
There's a lot of
he likes to finish his opponents in a certain time frame,
certain way.
Luffy's very very unpredictable and tenacious opponent, so it's messing with Katakuri's usual fighting style in a sense.
Yeah, I even like too. Like he gets that kick in, and he's just like, "Yeah, you did. So what?" Like he's clearly getting frustrated.
Oh yeah.
No, and I think that him getting frustrated, losing his calm and cool demeanor is gonna be what's gonna. Again, he's still the power difference is huge. It's not like it's gonna make Luffy beat him, but I think it's gonna give him an opportunity to maybe hit and bail. You know?
Oh yeah. Definitely.
There's no way this fight is ending other than a hit and bail.
Facts. I agree.
Like, literally, it's only that or someone jumps in to save him, but I don't know who that could be because it's the fucking mirror world right now, so I'm pretty sure it's him.
Yeah. Nobody's gonna save him.
Yeah. Fucking God. Also, now I'm curious, I guess the one last thing we'll end on, too, is the chapter ends off with him doing Kongan to him, and obviously we see him go to block it, but we haven't seen, like, the impact, like if it's gonna knock him back at all, or push him back, because, you know what I mean? I'm curious what that'll do to him, if anything.
You'll probably either push him back a few feet, because it looks like the first time he may have probably pushed him back a bit. Because Katakuri did prepare for the attack, but I mean, even then, the force of it could probably push him back, not a lot, but just a few feet. Just a few.
Yeah, I think it's gonna do like obviously more than it did to Big Mom, but less than it did to Cracker. Or wait,
yeah.
Wait a minute. No,
it's Daffy.
Well, it's Cracker basically, Cracker made those Cracker soldiers that Gear 2nd and 3rd couldn't even fucking touch. Like, it would just, like, they were way too hard. Gear 4th were able to break through them.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, he was able to break through his armor with Gear 4th, but the problem was that Cracker could keep making them over and over and over and over again. Now, with Katakuri, I am interested how he'll deal with physical force, because Katakuri's hockey affinity is observation, not armament. So I feel like he'll still be good, but like keep in mind he's not working with his best thing anymore now that he's kind of lost his concentration.
Yeah, I agree. So, we can start predictions for the next chapter.
Yeah.
Okay, so my prediction is we're gonna check up on the crew. We're probably gonna see how Sanji and Pudding is doing with the cake wise. I assume we're gonna see German 66 next chapter. Do something, maybe getting away with Mom guy. Last discussion I predicted that, but we got the full fight of Doctor versus Luffy. So, but I'm assuming we're gonna go here. In terms of the Luffy versus Katakuri fight, I feel like Luffy might get in a few more hits, but if they won't amount to anything, probably just be like, oh, you got a few more hits in. Katakuri's mental state would probably go down more. He'll probably start making more. I think he'll probably start making more rookie mistakes because of his mental state. He's like,
well, here my thing is he's losing his cool, but like it's not enough to make him
lose.
Yeah. Well, let me word that better. He's losing his cool, but he's so fucking powerful that even like a shitty Katakuri is better than a good Luffy. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's like that. I hate to be the guy that brings up Hunter x Hunter references, but like one of my favorite things, because I use this not even when talking about Hunter x Hunter, it's just a good chart. Do you remember when Biscuit is talking to Killua and she uses that chart, like an A fighter, B fighter, D fighter, C fighter, D fighter? Remember that or not?
Mm-hmm.
She says like D fighter is stronger than A fighter, but D fighter on his worst day could lose against shit like that, right? But like the way I see it is Katakuri is so much more powerful than Luffy that even on his worst day he would still beat Luffy. Just So I guess what I'm saying is, like, Luffy will probably be able to bail, you know, like maybe distract him long enough to bail. I'm still hoping to see maybe like a tiny little baby hint of Luffy awakening his fruit, maybe.
If not, then we'll probably have to wait till Wano, to be honest.
But I feel like it'd be nice if we got like a teensy bit of like him almost maybe it's something where like he's trying to escape Katakuri and like he jumps and he realizes he's like, wow, that I went farther in that jump. I wonder why. And then like it shows that the floor was made out of rubber for that 1 second or something. Mm-hmm. If that fucking, swear to God, I called it. But
All right.
But yeah, I guess we're ending it off. This was a great chapter.
All right.
I love final thoughts. I love that it was focusing completely. There was no cutaways or anything. It was completely focusing on that fight. It was great. I fucking
Great chapter by God Tier Oda as always. Well, thank you guys for tuning in to
and thank you,
883.
Thurman.
And thank you, Ed.
And
great job,
like,
guys.
Subscribe.
Ruby discussion will be coming shortly after this. So.
Yep.
And have a good night / day.
Hype.
Alrighty.